right, welcome everyone to the SCSRA National Series presented by Dev Sports Card season finale. Tonight, this season finale will be at Homestead-Miami Speedway. This will be 140 laps of racing action to decide a champion. We have had an entire regular season, 2 rounds of playoffs, and now it is time to finally decide a champion. Here is a look at your final 3. We'll get the graphic up on your screen in just a second. There we go. That is a look at your final 3. Cody Moore, Will Witt, and Todd Mays will be your 3 drivers duking it out to decide a champion here tonight. All of them coming in tonight's event will have 3,000 points. So pretty much what will happen is whoever finishes highest in tonight's event will, out of those 3, will win the championship. Now somebody different that is not those 3 can win the race. Eddie Morris can win the race. Devin Butchno, Brett Merle, Isaiah Gill. Who knows who might be able to win the race. And if one of them wins the race, then if one of the final 3 finishes second, then whoever finished second will get the championship. If the final 3 member finishes third and everybody else is behind them, then they will get the championship, and so on and so on. We also want to congratulate, get the graphic on the screen here. We also want to congratulate YXU Racing on winning the Team Point Standings Championship. They have had a great season all season long. They won 9 of the 14 races. That is absolutely incredible. That just shows how dominant YXU Racing has been this season. So definitely a well-deserved team championship for them. Now, and also, I would like to thank Michael give a shout out to Michael Rosenberger. He won the Rookie of the Year for this season. Michael Rosenberger, he had 3 top 5s, 7 top 10s, 0 wins, but still, he was the best out of all of the rookies. So, congratulations to Michael Rosenberger on winning Rookie of the Year. Very well deserved. So we take a look now at practice. Eddie Morris leads the field with a 33.33 as his lap time. Second place is Cody Moore. He ran a 33.36, so he's about 300ths off of first place Eddie Morris. Third is Devin Butchno with a 33.37. He is about 400ths off of first place Eddie Morris. And there we go. Practice is wrapping up. We are getting set for qualifying. Drivers will get 2 laps to try to set their best possible lap time, and that best possible lap time will determine where they will start in tonight's feature event. David Gibbs Jr. says, "Come on, Cox." That's right, Zachary Cox is running in tonight's event. We'll see how well he does here in qualifying. I think Zachary Cox has a really, really good chance to win tonight's event. He has been really, really good at these intermediate tracks all throughout the season, even winning Texas Motor Speedway early on in the season. So definitely keep your eye out for Zachary Cox as a dark horse driver to win tonight's event. Here's Brett Merle Jr., or Brett Merle on track right now in that number 11 machine, looking to try to get his first win of the season tonight. Brett Merle actually does not have a single top 5 this season, so he's also looking to maybe change that goose egg into a 1 tonight for the final race of the season by getting a top 5. He looked really, really good in practice, so there is definitely a chance for that to happen. Here he is on the back stretch. So far, so good for that 11 machine. Coming off of turn number 4 onto the start-finish line. You see Brett Merle runs a 33.65 as his lap time. We see Josh Hall in second. He's about 7/10 off first place. Brett Merle, he ran a 34.40. Josh Hall going to need to pick up the pace a little bit if he wants any chance at having a good starting position. Brian Nudie to the top of the board with a 33.63. That will put him 200th ahead of second place Brett Merle. Josh Hall now falls to third. Brian Nudie won the SCSRA Fortuna Iron Truck Series Championship. He is not eligible to win the Xfinity Series Championship, but still there's a chance that he could play spoiler here tonight. Brian Nudie back to the top of the board after Brett Merle overtook him. He ran a 33.49. That is 300ths faster than second place Brett Merle. Cody Moore currently sits in third with a 33.74. That'll put Cody about 2/10 off of first place Brian Nudie. Now remember, if you're looking to see where our final 3 are at on the tower, their names will be highlighted in that lime green that you see. The Moore, that is lime green. That's the color that you're going to be looking for. Moore, Witt, and Mays will be highlighted in that lime green. So that is what you're going to be looking for if you're trying to locate where our final 3 are at. Now keep in mind, there are 3 mazes in tonight's event. Todd Mays will be the 9 car. So if you see 5 Mays or 55 Mays, that is not Todd Mays, who was one of our final 3. Todd Mays is the 9 car. We see Cody Moore to the top of the board on his second lap with a 33.38. That will put him about a 10th ahead of third place, or about a 10th off of second place Brian Nudie. We see Will Witt, one of our final 3 contenders, heading out onto the track in that number 35 machine. Let's see what he does. We see running all the way up against that wall. That is the longest way around the track. He's using that to try to build up enough speed for that first lap during the outlap. You typically see that at super speedways, where on the first lap drivers hug that outside wall just because it's the longest way around the track. And since it's the longest way around the track, it gives the drivers as much time as possible to build up speed for that second lap. So I believe you will see Will Witt, his fastest lap will be next lap. Will Witt to 9th. Look at this. Kyle Mays to 2nd with a 33.46. Less than a 10th off of first place Cody Moore. Kyle Mays is not one of our final 3, but he is in contention to maybe play spoiler here tonight. There's Bobby Mays in the 5 machine. He currently sits 7th. He ran a 33.73. It's about 3/10 off of first place Cody Moore. Isaiah Gill on track right now. Oh, we look back to Will Witt, who currently sits 7th. His best lap time was a 33.57. That'll put him about 2/10 off of first place Cody Moore. There's the 95 of Isaiah Gill on track right now. 22 on the ticker, 95 on the track. Let's see how well he does on that first lap. He runs a 33.55, so that will put him in the 7th place spot, about 2/10 off of first place Cody Moore. See how well he does on lap number 2. Devin Butchino in the number 68 machine. currently on his first lap, looking to try to play spoiler here tonight. He is also not one of our final 3, but has been fast all season long. He just declared for the Truck Championship instead of the National Series Championship. You can only declare for running for the championship for 1. And we see Devin Butchino able to get to second with a 33.45. That will put him less than a 10th off of first place, Cody Moore. There's Derek Chaput in the number 37 machine. We got Blake Hensley on track right now, heading through turns 1 and 2 on the back stretch. Let's see what lap time that number 31 machine runs. Derek Chaput in the 30. And Eddie Morris to the top of the board with a 33.35. That will put him 200ths ahead of second place, Cody Moore. Eddie Morris was in the round of 6 looking to try to get into the final 3, but he was eliminated after a bad performance last week at he actually had a rough race at Bristol and tried to make up for it at Dover, but he couldn't quite get it. So we see he is just trying to play spoiler here tonight, not in contention for the championship. Todd Mays to third, 33.39. He is ranked second out of all of the playoff drivers, and for some reason Todd Mays' name is not highlighted in green. That was the error on my part. Just remember, Todd Mays is in the playoffs, 9 Mays. So even though his name isn't highlighted in green, still remember he is in the playoffs. I just must have deleted his code for the graphics. I apologize for that. We see Carson Hayslip on Facebook. He says, yo, P16 to P6. Woo! What's up, Carson? Thanks for tuning in to watch tonight's broadcast, man. I appreciate the kind words. He's referencing I raced at Charlotte Motor Speedway yesterday, and I started 16th and finished position number 6 at the summer shootout. Best finish so far during the shootout. Pretty happy with that. And if you want to watch me race in real life at Charlotte Motor Speedway in my Bandolero, make sure to tune in on Flow Racing. It's called the Cookout Summer Shootout, and I am the black 78 Bandolero car. I'm normally the 3rd race of the broadcast. So make sure to check that out if you ever get an opportunity. Some great racing. There's Bandolero and Legends racing, and it's a fun way to spend a Tuesday night. But again, thanks for tuning in to watch the broadcast tonight, Carson. Season finale of this league. Should be some great racing tonight as we crown a champion. See, Zach Cox on Facebook says, Atlee is the best on Intensity Broadcasting. I appreciate the kind words, Zach. Good luck tonight. Let's see if you can play spoiler and get the win. I know you're very, very good at these intermediate tracks. You won at Texas. I think you've got a chance to pull off the win tonight. So good luck, Zach. Thanks for the kind words, and thanks for stopping by and saying hi in the chat. Yeah, this should be a great race tonight. We will crown a champion. This league will have a little bit of a break in between the 2 seasons, and we will be back racing in August for this league. Now, if you're looking for a good Xfinity or truck league to join, then I would highly recommend this. And if you're interested in joining this league, now's the perfect time since it's in between seasons. Then make sure to let me know. I'll put the Discord link in the chat, and you can try to join the league. It's an awesome league. Great way to spend your Tuesday and Wednesday nights. Fun, great group of drivers. Yeah, I do have a Discord, David Gibbs. I'll give it to you in just a second. We are going to talk about the starting lineup, though, starting on the pole with a 33.354. It is the 8 machine of Eddie Morris. Outside of him, one of our final 3 contenders, it is the 52 of Cody Moore. Now, in the 3rd place position, member of the Maze Mafia, the pride of Sawney Daisy, Tennessee, it is the 9 machine of Todd Mays competing for the championship tonight. The crowd is going wild for Todd Mays here at Homestead-Miami. That's right, the pride of Saudi Daisy, starting in third. Fourth place, we have Neon Racing's Devin Bucino. Fifth, Mays Mafia's Kyle Mays. In sixth, we have YXU Racing's Brian Nudie. Seventh, it is 2 pedals, 1 clutches, Zachary Cox in the 51. Eighth, Brett Merle. Ninth, we have Neon Racing's Brett Merle Jr. in the 74. And then rounding out your top 10, we have the 22 of Isaiah Gill. In 11th, we have Will Witt in the 35, representing YXU Racing. He is one of our championship contenders. Blake Hensley will start in the 12th spot. In 13th, we have Bobby Mays in the 5. 14th, we have 2 pedals, 1 clutches, Michael Proval in the 95. 15th, we have Neon Racing's Derek Chapue in the 37. 16th, we have Michael Cheeseburger Lawrence in the 47. 17th is Intensity Broadcasting's own Josh Hall in the 81. 18th, we have Dave Wright. 19th, Intensity Broadcasting's own Joe Wright. 20th, it is Cyclone Racing's Sylvan Seguin. And then last but not least, DBC Sim Racing's David Hartney. So here we go. The field is set, and in a crazy turn of events, Eddie Morris missed the grid, which will mean that the bottom lane will bump up 1 spot, and this is going to be crazy. The pride and joy of Saudi Daisy, Tennessee, Todd Mays, will be starting on the pole in tonight's event. What a crazy turn of events already here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. I know the fans are happy about that. You know, we got a lot of Todd Mays fans. By the way, David, I put the Discord link for SCSRA in the comments, so you should be able to see that and join the Discord. There we go. Pace car is in. We are going to crown a champion tonight. Green flag is out here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. There we see Todd Mays taking off, but we see Cody Moore. Good run on the outside, side by side as we head into turns 1 and 2. And Cody Moore is able to get clear into that first place spot. But Todd Mays not letting Cody get away. He is trying to get back up to him. Third place, Devin Bucino. Let's see what happens here. Cody Moore trying his best to get away from Todd Mays. Todd, big run here in turns 3 and 4. He pushes up a little bit, though, on the center of the corner, and that is going to open the door for Devin Bucino to potentially get under him for the second place spot. He is peaking low, maybe going to send it here in 1 and 2. He does. Bucino to the rear quarter panel of Todd Mays, side by side. We see Bucino with the nose as we head off the corner. Todd Mays, though, fighting back on that outside. Almost back clear, and he is. Todd Mays back to the second place spot, was able to hold off Devin Bucino. I do not think we've seen the end, though, of that number 68 machine. He is currently in a battle. There we go. He's currently in a battle with Kyle Mays for this third place spot, and Kyle Mays able to get a good run on that outside. Almost able to get clear, and there we go. Now he is clear. Kyle Mays to the third place spot. And one of the unique things about Homestead-Miami Speedway is this is a 2-groove racetrack. You can make it work on that high side. I know you've probably seen drivers like Kyle Larson run all the way up against that wall in the cup races, and it works for some drivers. It is a little bit harder on the tires, but maybe if you have a 16-to-1 steering ratio, it won't be too bad. Last time by, Cody Moore ran the fastest lap time of the race with a 33.49. Has a 1-second lead over the rest of the field. If there's one driver who really is a favorite for the championship, I would probably say it is Cody Moore. Brett Merle looking low under Kyle Mays for this third place spot. Kyle May still has a little bit of a nose on the outside, but the door is open on the bottom for Brett. We see Brett Merle with the nose as we head through turns 1 and 2. Able to get clear. Brett Merle to third place now, setting his sights on your second place driver and championship contender, Todd Mays. I do not think we've seen the end of Kyle Mays, but he is starting to lose Brett Merle for that third place spot. I thought he could maybe come back a little bit. Brett Merle, we see a good run off of turn number 4 for Kyle Mays. Maybe trying to reel back in Brett Merle for that third place spot and take it back. We see Brett Merle now has the gap between him and Todd Mays to under 3/10. Let's see what Brett Merle tries to do here. See Todd Mays trying his best to extend that gap, but good run for Brett Merle as we head through turns 3 and 4, reeling Todd Mays in bit by bit. Both of them last time by just ran their personal best lap times. 2/10. We see the gap between Todd Mays and Brett Merle is now down to 2/10. Brett Merle looking to try to have another good run as we head into turns 3 and 4. Here he goes. Not quite good enough of a run. Todd Mays still trying to hold off Brett Merle here. Todd Mays needs every position possible as he is one of the championship contenders. If he can finish ahead of the other two, even if somebody else wins, that is all Todd Mays needs to win the championship. He needs to find a way to get ahead of Cody Moore. Looks like he is actually starting to extend that gap a little bit between him and Brett Merle. Here we go. Todd Mays able to finally get away from Brett Merle after a close call. We see got a battle going on for fourth between Kyle Mays and Isaiah Gill. Gill right on the back bumper of that 55, trying to set up a pass. Now, Isaiah, he has not raced in many races this season, so he hasn't really had a ton of time to learn all the drivers' tendencies and all their habits, so he might be at a little bit of a disadvantage compared to a lot of the other drivers who have had an entire season to learn all the habits and tendencies of the field. See, looking low under Kyle Mays as we head into turns 1 and 2 side by side. Isaiah Gill with the nose, heading through 1 and 2 and on to the backstretch. Isaiah Gill, position number 4, and he is setting his sights now on third place, Brett Merle. Good run for Isaiah Gill as we head into turns 3 and 4, trying to get up there to Brett. We see he loses him a little bit. Great run off of 4, though. Watch out for that 95 Rusty's machine. Here he comes. Great run on the front stretch bit by bit. Isaiah Gill is reeling that 11 in. He is looking low on the backstretch. The door is open for Isaiah Gill. He is to the rear quarter panel side by side. Brett Merle with a little bit of a nose. Not quite clear yet of Isaiah Gill. The door is still open on the bottom. He gets back clear, though. Brett Merle back to the third place spot. Isaiah Gill falls to third, but he looks low once again as we head into turns 1 and 2. Gill with the nose on the bottom. Great run. And he is finally able to get that third place spot. Isaiah Gill to third. He will now set his sights on your second place driver, Todd Mays. He is starting to drive away from Brett Merle. Devin Bucciano trying to get by Kyle Mays for this fifth place spot. Kyle Mays actually is starting to reel in Brett Merle for fourth here. Take that back. Oh, no. Here comes Kyle Mays. Good run as we head through turns 1 and 2, coming right up on that back bumper of Brett Merle. Kyle Mays, another good run as we head through turns 3 and 4. running on the bottom of the track. We see Devin Buccineau actually trying to look low under Kyle Mays for 5th here. That might hold Kyle Mays up a little bit in this battle to try to get by Brett Merle. Great run. We see Brett Merle goes all the way up against the wall, leaving the door open for Kyle Mays. We see Kyle Mays with the nose over Brett Merle as we head into turns 3 and 4. Side by side as we head through the 2 corners. And Kyle Mays almost clear. This time he looks like Devin Buccineau is he's able to get under Brett Merle because Kyle Mays got him up the track, and Kyle Mays now is up the track, and he has Devin Buccineau getting under him. Devin Buccineau now to the 4th place spot. He is back where he started tonight's event. We see Isaiah Gill starting to reel in Todd Mays for this 2nd place spot. Isaiah Gill has the gap down to 3/10 between the two and actually gets a great run off of turn number 4. This is not what Todd Mays wants to see, as every position counts for him, as he is one of the final 3. There we go, Isaiah Gill looking low under Todd Mays as we head through 3 and 4. Isaiah Gill to the 2nd place position. Now there's only one more car he needs to pass before he gets into the lead, and that is Cody Moore in that 52 machine. The gap separating Cody and Isaiah Gill is 2 seconds. The question is, will Isaiah Gill be able to close that gap in before we see green flag pit stops? Because if this race stays green, we will most certainly see some green flag pit stops. Here's Brian Nudi coming up on Devin Buccineau for this 4th place spot. We see Todd Mays is actually trying to come back and get back by Isaiah Gill after losing the position. No, I don't think so. So we set our sights now on the battle for 4th between Devin Buccineau and Brian Nudi. These two were in the final 3 for the Fortuna Iron Truck Series. Brian Nudi ended up getting the best of Devin Buccineau by winning the championship, and we'll see if he gets the best of him here in this battle. Right now, Brian Nudi about a 10th faster than Devin Buccineau at the moment. Brian Nudi's got to be careful, though. He doesn't want to be too hard on those tires. That time by Buccineau about 300ths faster. What Brian Nudi is kind of looking at right now is he's kind of looking to see what Buccineau is doing, where he's braking, where he's lifting, where he's getting back into the gas, and kind of looking to see what his tendencies are right now. Buccineau might push up off of a certain corner, and Brian Nudi will say, hey, if he pushes up off of 4, that is what I'll need to adjust my line, adjust where I'm braking and lifting to try to get under him there off of exit of 4. So that's kind of what Brian Nudi is looking at and what's going through his head as he's trying to pass Devin Buccineau. And another thing is he's waiting for Devin to make a mistake, which I will say this, Devin rarely makes. He is one of those mistake-free drivers that can have a perfect race with nothing going wrong. Devin Buccineau also probably one of the cleanest drivers in this series. He rarely gets into any incidents. He has an average of 6 incidents a race, which is one of the lowest in the series. Actually, though, the lowest in the series is Brian Nudi, who has a 3.85 incident count per race. So Brian Nudi, out of all of the awards this season, he would probably win the Clean Driver Award. So we see Brian Nudi loses Devin Buccineau a little bit. We look through the field, trying to see if there's any battles on the track. We see Bobby Mays coming up on Zachary Cox for this 9th place spot. Mays right now about 0.2 faster than Zachary Cox. Good run. The door is open as we head off of turn number 2. Bobby Mays about to get under him here on the backstretch side by side. We see, though, Zachary Cox able to get back clear of Bobby Mays, and Zachary Cox actually starting to reel in Kyle Mays for this 8th place spot. Will Witt coming up on teammate Brian Nudie for this 5th place spot. Big run as we head through 1 and 2. Both of them go up against the wall. I think we're seeing a lot of drivers starting to venture up there to the wall at this portion of the run. Zachary Cox trying to look low under Kyle Mays for this 8th place spot. About to the rear quarter panel. Side by side off of 4 between Zachary Cox. And look at this. Brett Myrtle is into the pits. And I believe this is a scheduled pit stop. No damage on the 11, it looks like. So, green flag pit stops will begin with the 11 of Brett Myrtle going for the short pit strategy. Yep, there he is, taking 4 fresh Goodyear tires on that number 11 machine. Once again, Zachary Cox trying to look low under Kyle Mays for this 8th place spot. Actually, Bobby Mays getting a great run on that outside. And I think since these two are battling, it's actually slowing Zachary Cox down a little bit. Now we are at Homestead-Miami Speedway, and I do want to take a little bit of time to talk about the track that we are racing at tonight. Homestead is an intermediate track. The old saying, "It's an ill wind that blows no good," could be appropriately applied to Homestead-Miami Speedway in the wake of Hurricane Andrew. In August of 1992, South Florida racing promoter Ralph Sanchez began organizing construction of the region's first Major League Motorsports facility as part of the reconstruction of the devastated Homestead community. Groundbreaking took place the following August, and in November 2005, the track's first event was won by NASCAR's Dale Jarrett, former host to the NASCAR season finale. The 1.5-mile variable banked Homestead-Miami Oval has also been the site of IndyCar races and professional sports car races, the latter utilizing one of the facility's 2 Roval configurations. The SCCA amateur races and CSS motorcycle races also take place on the road circuit. With more than 1,000 palm trees and a Caribbean color scheme, the facility projects a South Beach flavor that distinguishes Homestead-Miami from other major racetracks in America. It took a while to get the right combination for the racing surface in its first iteration. The track had 4 separate low bank corners reminiscent of a mini Indianapolis Motor Speedway. That configuration failed to promote good racing and unfortunately also provided bad crash angles. Lining the aprons failed to correct either of these problems. A major reconfiguration of the track during the summer of 1997 brought a more conventional layout, sweeping 180-degree corners at either end of the oval. Close but still no cigar, but the most recent work on the track, during which the track assumed variable banking up to 20 degrees in the corners, flattening to 3 degrees on the straightaways, has done the trick. Everyone agrees at Homestead-Miami the beauty is now more than skin deep. So definitely, if you were in the Homestead, Miami, Everglades area, definitely stop by to Homestead-Miami Speedway. It is a beautiful facility from what I've seen, and it always hosts great racing when the Cup Series comes to town. And we have seen great racing so far here tonight in the SCSRA National Series season finale. We're going to take a quick look at the chat. We see Steve Black says, "How much for you to call Uncle Todd the Prod of Saudi Daisy, Tennessee?" Yeah, I tried to hype up his intro as much as possible after that request. He says that was awesome. Yep, you ask, you shall receive. David Jr. Considering restarting iRacing, raced for Cox for a while. Taught him all he knows. Really? Well, you must have taught him that he's very, very good at intermediate tracks, because he is having a great top 10 run here tonight at Homestead-Miami Speedway. hopefully we'll see you next season in either the National Series or the Truck Series, David. Mick Olofsson says Will Witt all the way. Right now, Will Witt is in danger. He is the lowest running championship driver right now, currently running in the 6th place spot. He's going to need to find some sort of way to get ahead of Todd Mays and Cody Moore if he wants any chance at getting the championship. Team Black says one of the best tracks, 100%. I agree. Out of all of like the cookie cutter intermediate tracks, like I guess Darlington and Las Vegas, Charlotte, out of all of those kind of tracks, Nashville Super Speedway, I'd have to say Homestead is one of my favorites out of all of them because it's unique. It's kind of like a mini Indianapolis, and it makes for some really, really fun racing. We see our next driver making their green flag pit stop. That is Zachary Cox in the 51 machine, getting some fresh tires and Sunoco fuel. We see Todd Mays starting to reel in Isaiah Gill for the 2nd place spot right now. Mays about 0.05 faster than Isaiah Gill last time by. That time by he was actually 0.4 faster, reeling them in bit by bit. Here comes Todd Mays in the 9. I've been saying all broadcast, every position matters for that 9 machine, and if he can get by Isaiah Gill, that will put him one step closer to the lead, which is where our #1 ranked championship driver right now, Cody Moore, currently sits. Here comes Brett Merlin. Oh no! Isaiah Gill getting very, very squirrely off of turn number 4. Here comes Brett Merle. He is a lap car. However, he does have new tires. He came in and took tires very, very recently, so he is charging up to the front and trying to pass Cody Moore and get his lap back. Devin Butchino looking low under Todd Mays for this 3rd place spot. Side by side, Devin with the nose on the bottom, trying to get clear. He does. Devin Butchino to the 3rd place spot. Isaiah Gill. And there we go. Bobby Mays, our next driver, making his green flag pit stop. He comes into the pits in that 5 machine. Here comes Devin Butchino getting a great run on Isaiah Gill right up to that back bumper of the 95. He is there. Getting really squirrely off of turn number 4. He's sideways. Oh, no! Will Witt gets hit. Isaiah Gill into the inside, safer barrier. Brian Nudie, Joe Wright coming into the pits now, making their green flag pit stops. We see Matt Bissett says, go Merles. Brian Merle Jr. currently the best of the 2 Merles, and we see Derek Chaput coming in as well. Brian Merle Jr. the best of the Merles, currently in a battle for 6th between him and Kyle Mays. Having a good top 10 run here tonight. Brett Merle currently is in the 12th place spot right outside. And there we go, we see Will Witt coming into the pits now. He got some damage in that incident that we saw with Isaiah Gill. Isaiah Gill got loose off of 4 and just came down the track right in front of Will Witt. Will Witt had just nowhere to go. Isaiah Gill coming in as well. Both of them getting some damage fixed and some fresh tires and Sunoco fuel. The battle is on, and there we go. Your leader, Cody Moore, coming in. This pit stop may make or break his chance at a championship. If everything goes right, it'll help propel him even closer to the championship. If everything goes wrong, he might be considered done. Here he is coming into the pits, getting some fresh tires, Sunoco fuel. Michael Provolt also comes in. So this will give Devin Butchino the lead now. Butchino currently running on 37 lap tires. Here's Zachary Cox going to his outside. Zachary will get his lap back. We see Todd Mays is into the pits now, one of our final 3 drivers. Coming in getting some fresh tires and Sunoco fuel. Devin Butchino, though, continues to stay out. Currently has a 7/10 lead, now 6/10 lead over second place Blake Hensley. .40 laps completed, 100 laps to go here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. There we go. Brian Newty around Devin Butchno's outside. Brian Newty has gotten his lap back. Question is, how long is Devin Butchno willing to stay out? That is the question. Stephen Black says, oh, we see Blake Hensley into the pits now, getting some fresh tires, Sunoco fuel, along with Dave Wright. Stephen Black says, Gil doing Gil things. Yeah, I noticed for like the 5 laps previous to when he got loose, he was really, really squirrely coming off of turn number 4, and it just, I guess, was finally enough, and he just got sideways enough where he drifted down the track and just right in front of Will Witt. I hate it for Will. He had just nowhere to go. Was not his fault whatsoever. We see Eddie Morris coming into the pits, and who knows, that may have just costed Will his championship. If so, that would certainly suck. Continue to see how long will Devin Butchno stay out. Josh Hall into the pits now. Devin Butchno currently 4-second lead over second place Brian Merle Jr., who is also his teammate. Really only 3 drivers left to come in. That's Devin Butchno, Brian Merle Jr., and Kyle Mays. The question is, how long are they willing to stay out? One thing you got to be careful of, you don't want to stay out too long, or you are at risk of blowing a tire. Definitely don't want to see that happen, especially if you are in contention for the championship. There we go, Devin Butchno coming in this time by. Question is, will his teammate and Brian Merle Jr. also coming in behind him? Which will mean that this will give the lead to the 55 of Kyle Mays, who's got Joe Wright coming out from his outside, getting his lap back. Kyle Mays on 43 lap tires. He is the last driver that needs to come in. If I were Kyle, I would come in right now and just get as much track position as possible as I can get. There we go, Kyle Mays coming in this time by. Must have been listening to me. Question is, will he be able to get in and get out and still stay ahead of Cody Moore? I do not think so. So there we go. After all green flag pit stops are said and done, Cody Moore is back to the lead here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. Here's a look at your current top 5. Cody Moore runs in first, Brett Merle second, Zachary Cox third, 4th place Brian Newty, and then rounding at your top 5, Bobby Mays. Cody Moore has pretty much led every single lap so far. I believe, yeah, he's led every single lap except for during green flag pit stops. Absolutely dominated tonight's event, and he needs this because if he wins tonight, he will automatically get the championship. So this will be Cody Moore's first ever SCSRA championship. Last season, Cameron Austin, who did not participate in this season, he won the championship. So this will be a first for Cody Moore. Here comes Zachary Cox looking low under Brett Merle for the second place spot. Cox has about 10 lap younger tires compared to Brett Merle. And he is able to get clear. There we go. Brett Merle actually gets into the outside wall a little bit. Here comes Brian Nudie in the third place spot coming up on Zachary Cox. Nudie has 4 lap fresher tires compared to Zachary Cox. Looks low as we head off of turn number 4. Side by side. Cox still with a little bit of a nose on the outside, but there we go. Big run for Brian Nudie. He is able to get clear, and Brian Nudie is to the second place spot. We see Zachary Cox wall riding, running that outside lane, that high line. Let's see if it works out for him. He's actually kept Brian Nudie within his grasp, but there he goes, loses him a little bit in turns 3 and 4. Bobby Mays trying to get up to Blake Hensley for this 5th place spot. Hensley is actually about a second faster. So pretty much the entire field spread out right now. Now, as always, make sure... Oh, look at this. Side by side between Will Witt and Bobby Mays for the 6th place spot. Will Witt is able to get by him and now to the 6th place spot. At the moment, Will Witt is the 2nd highest championship contender. So if something happens to Cody Moore, Will Witt is right there to swoop in and take the lead for all of the final 3 drivers. As always, make sure to check out IntensityBroadcasting.com and pick up some of our merchandise. There's a bunch of different sections that you can check out. There's our Intensity Broadcasting section where you can get Intensity Broadcasting t-shirt, Intensity Broadcasting hats, Intensity Broadcasting mugs, stickers, and mouse pads. You can also check out the Atlee Weiss Racing Collection, where you can buy all of my real-life racing merchandise. Yes, I race in real life all around Virginia and North Carolina in my Bandolero. So if you want to help support me, make sure to check out our Atlee Racing t-shirts, hoodies, hats, polos, jackets, and beanies. You also have our auto racing novelty section where you can get shirts like Pucker Moment, PD Powered, Cautions Breed Cautions, Big Bushy Bearings, Truck Cars. And also, keep this in mind, if you race in real life, we have an opportunity of a lifetime for you. If you want merchandise to give to your family, your friends, your fans, then make sure to hit us up. We can design everything for you, and we can hook you up with everything we named, like hats, hoodies, all with your logo on it for your real life racing team. And you can give it out to all of your family, friends, fans, do giveaways on social media. And what you can do is you can post your link on your Facebook or your Instagram, and people can go to your website, buy your merchandise, and get it shipped right to their door. And also, as always, make sure to check out the collection. We have the original Rebels collection, SCSRA, Thunderstruck, Mayhem, and Extreme Forces. Especially make sure to check out the SCSRA collection. You are watching an SCSRA official broadcast, and you can find SCSRA bubble-free stickers put on your car, your truck, your race car, photo paper posters where you can put in your sim room or your man cave, and then SCSRA t-shirts. Wear around town, you'll be the coolest kid at work or school. Steam Black says, I'm coming to a race when I get to North Carolina next month. Man, you are in the asphalt short track capital of the world, my friend. You have a lot to choose from. Some of the best things to do if you come in time for, maybe you could definitely consider checking out Cookout Summer Shootout at Charlotte Motor Speedway. There's Wake County. They're having a race that I will be at. Goodyear All-American Speedway. I will be there. Also, North Wilkesboro is going to be having their racetrack revival in August, so that might be something cool to check out. And also the Cars Tour, which is some of the best late model drivers in the country. They race all throughout North Carolina, so I'd also maybe consider checking out a race there for the car store. There's a lot to choose from, a lot of different racetracks. If you want any recommendations, places to check out for racetrack-wise, just hit me up on Discord. I'll talk to you about that kind of stuff. Mark Shaver says, need stage break. Caution, something. Yeah, Todd May is certainly in danger right now. He is currently the lowest running championship contender right now, currently sitting in the 9th place spot. So we'll see if he can continue to work his way up through the field. So Cody Moore right now, a 7-second lead over 2nd place. Brian Nudi, absolutely dominating performance for that 52 tonight. And that is exactly what he wanted, as he is running for the championship here tonight. We see Isaiah Gill coming into the pits looking for some fresh tires, some Goodyear, some Sunoco fuel. And Isaiah Gill, there we go. We do see a battle going on for the 7th place spot between two teammates, Devin Butchino, Brett Merle, but actually Devin Butchino is starting to get away from Brett. Joe Wright looking to the high side of Brian Merle Jr. for this 11th place spot. We'll see what he can do. Devin Butchino coming up on Bobby Mays for this 6th place spot. Looking low as we head into turns 1 and 2. Side by side, Butchino with the nose, and he is able to get clear. Devin Butchino now to the 6th place spot. Mark Shavers looks like being a semi-pro sim racer to a professional poker player. Why did I not hear about this? I see you, Mark Shavers. Wow, professional poker player. Wow. That's a pretty cool life. You're a franchisee for Marco's Pizza, professional poker player. That's awesome. Shout out to Mark Shavers for sponsoring the Wreckage Rewind all season long. If this race goes flag to flag, we won't get an opportunity to use it, but still just want to give a shout out to Mark Shavers for putting up the sponsorship, and he will be returning next season once again with the Wreckage Rewind, and we might have some other ideas in the works as well involving Marco's Pizza, so just stay tuned for that. And actually, Mark Shavers, check your Discord DM as I proposed an idea of something cool that could happen with Intense D and Marcos for SCSRA next season. Just check your DMs on Discord. Team Black says, how about that boy Blake Hensley? That's right, Blake Hensley having a great top 3 run here tonight at Homestead-Miami Speedway. Looking for his first win of the season here tonight, trying to play spoiler. Classic says, go Cody, go Cody, go. Cody Moore currently 7-second lead over 2nd place. Brian Nudi right now has had an absolutely dominant performance here tonight, looking to try to get his first ever SCSRA championship. Let's see here. Isaiah Gill says, not true. Mr. Gill blew a tire. Well, I am very, very sorry to hear that, Isaiah. Hopefully you can get everything ready for next season. Tough way to end out the season, but luckily, you know, you weren't contending for the championship anyway, so didn't really that doesn't really affect you. I mean, I wouldn't be too upset about that. Mark Shavers said, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Mark Shavers. Thanks for, you know, I mean, I love Marco's Pizza, and I'm glad I get to help support the brand and give some advertising for him with the Wreckage Rewind. Gene Black says, Isaac, didn't you do that before at the same track? Man, you gotta stop blowing tires. Jeez. Save them a little bit. We got a three-way battle between Kyle Mays and then the Merle brothers. See Brett Merle trying to get a good, looks like he loses Kyle Mays, so now it's just a battle between Brett and Brian. Brian looking low as we head through turns 1 and 2. He is able to get clear, and look at this. Blake Hensley reeling in Brian Nudie for this second place spot. Watch out, big run here on the front stretch, reeling in Brian Nudie fast here. See Brian Nudie, good run as we head into turns 1 and 2, but here's Blake Hensley running on that wall. Mark Shaver says, you need to bring drivers in chat on Discord or something. They have it on cruise control. Oh, there we go. Blake Hensley able to get clear of Brian Nudie for this second place spot. Crossover move from Brian Nudie has been, look at this. Pit strategy will begin here. Second round of green flag pit stops. Zachary Cox comes in this time by fresh Goodyear tires, some Sunoco fuel for that number 51 machine. We see Devin Butchino looking low under Will Witt as we head through turns 3 and 4. And Devin, that will put him now in the 4th place spot. Setting his sights on your 3rd place driver, Brian Nudie, now 6 seconds separates the two. Brian Nudie trying to get back by Blake Hensley for this 2nd place spot. Classic says, make Veritone proud, hashtag, or number 52. Cody Moore currently 7, almost 8-second lead over the rest of the field. Absolutely dominant performance for that number 52 machine. Looking to try to get his 5th win of the season in the championship here tonight. Mark Shaver says, yeah, they have it on cruise control. Yeah, I know it does look like they have it on cruise control, but still I typically only try to bring drivers into the Discord during cautions, just because I know if I were the driver, it would be kind of a little bit distracting if I had somebody interviewing me and asking me questions while I was driving, because you don't a lot of people don't realize, you know, once that concentration breaks, it's hard to get back into a rhythm. Maybe if we have a caution, I'll pull in some drivers. See Bobby Mays, Brett Merle into the pits now. We will see how long Cody Moore stays out. Last run was a 37 lap stint. Got about 4 laps until he reaches that length. Brian Nudie into the pits now in that number 40 machine. Cody Moore continues to stay out, trying to maintain that 7-second lead over 2nd place Blake Hensley. Joe Wright into the pits now in that number 82 machine. Some fresh tires, Sunoco fuel. Cody Moore continues to stay out. He's got about 3 more laps on his stint. Here's Brett Merle looking low under him, getting his lap back. Brett Merle is still down a lap, or he was down 2, so it's 1 step closer to getting back on the lead lap. Derek Chapu in right now in that number 37 machine. You see, actually, bit by bit, Blake Hensley is starting to reel in. Cody, oh no! Oh, there we go. Cody Moore. Got to be careful, got to get it woed down. There we go. Little bit of a sketchy pit entrance, but he was able to get it figured out. Cody Moore and Blake Hensley both are coming onto pit road at the same time. If Cody Moore has a rough pit stop, that could allow Blake Hensley to get ahead of that 52 machine. So this will give the lead now to Devin Buccino. Still, Devin Buccino, Will Witt, Ty Mays, Brian Merle Jr., Kyle Mays, all of them still need to make a green flag pit stop here. So let's see right now, Devin Buccino, last green flag pit stop, he came in at lap number 43. He's currently had 31 laps on those tires. So it's still about over 10 laps before he comes in. Rosenberger Studios says more brakes. Ha ha ha. That's a very, very good pun right there. Shout out to Michael Rosenberger for that one. And of course, we want to give a big shout out to Michael Rosenberger for winning the Rookie of the Year. Well deserved for Michael Rosenberger. There's his poster. One more time, congratulations to Michael Rosenberger on winning the Rookie of the Year. Great season for, first time in this league. 3 top 5s, 7 top 10s. Not a win, but was in the mix in a lot of the races this season. One more time, congratulations to Michael Rosenberger. Yeah, that was old Eddie on that one for the poster. So you can thank... Yeah, no problem. I know. Yep, you can thank your dear friend Eddie for that poster. Wanted to put a little bit of humor into that. He said, I asked Rosenberger for a pic, and he sent me the Pit Viper ad. So he picked 2 other pictures to use. And I think it turned out pretty good. DB says, go Cody. Will Witt coming in this time by, one of our final 3. Again, these final 3 drivers need to be very, very careful on pit road, because a bad pit stop could make or break your chance at a championship. Kyle Mays into the pits now. So that means that currently Todd Mays is the highest running final 3 driver at the moment. I think we'll still see about 8 laps until green flag, or until we see Devin Buccino come in. Here's Zachary Cox trying to get one of his laps back. He doesn't have a hood on that 51 machine. That's gotta not be feeling good aerodynamic. Michael Rosenberger said, it's all in good fun. I've really enjoyed racing with everyone. Yeah, it's been great having you for the first time this season. And hopefully we'll see you and a lot of the DBC sim racing drivers make a return next season. And hopefully we can get some more new drivers to have another Rookie of the Year next season. And I know it was a challenge for a lot of the rookies this season, kind of just figuring out all the drivers. I know in real life, when I run a new track with new drivers, it takes a little bit to pick up on everyone's tendencies, who to stay away from, who to race around, who does what. And I know it was hard, but at the end of the regular season, you really seem to pick up on everything, and we're performing on all cylinders. So again, one more time, congratulations, Michael Rosenberger, on winning the Rookie of the Year. Devin Bucciano continues to stay out here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. We'll see how long he stays out. Still got about 5 laps until I think we'll see Devin come in. Todd Mays, Brian Merle Jr. also need to make green flag pit stops. Right now, Devin Bucciano has a 4-second lead over second place Todd Mays. See Eddie Morris into the pits now. Now, Devin Bucciano, he is not eligible for the championship here. You could only declare for one series to run for the championship for, and as I say that, Todd Mays into the pits now. He is now not the highest running championship driver. It is now Cody Moore, who currently sits in 3rd. But anyway, like I was saying, Devin Bucciano, he declared for the Truck Series Championship. He got all the way to the final 3. But unfortunately, he ended up losing to Brian Nudie for the championship. And Brian Nudie is now celebrated as the champion. Devin Bucciano, though, could play spoiler here tonight. That would be interesting. You don't see it very often where the winner of the championship race isn't one of the championship drivers, but I mean, it can happen. A lot of people forget that. We see Cody Moore able to get by Brian Merle Jr. for the 2nd place spot, and now he sets his sights finally on your 1st place driver, Devin Bucciano, who I believe will probably come in this lap or next lap. Brian Merle Jr. into the pits now, so that just leaves one driver, Devin Bucciano, that needs to make a green flag pit stop. There we go, Devin Bucciano in this time by. Looking to get some fresh tires, Sunoco fuel. He will have the freshest tires out of the entire field. And this will give the lead now to Cody Moore once again. Cody Moore back to the lead as he continues his dominant performance. A look at the current top 5. Cody Moore in 1st, Brian Nudie 2nd, Blake Hensley 3rd, Bobby Mays 4th, and then rounding out your top 5, it is Will Witt. Now, I think now is the perfect opportunity to turn up the volume and pump up the intensity. Here you will get to see the sights and hear the sounds of the racetrack. Here we go. do it for Pump Up the Intensity. Hopefully you enjoyed us turning up the volume. Cody Moore still leads here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. Looking to finally seal his championship here tonight. Brian Newdy's second. Blake Hensley currently runs in third. Let's do a quick final 3 check-in. Cody Moore currently runs in first. Then the second of the final 3 drivers is Will Witt. And then the pride of Soddy Daisy, Tennessee. It is final 3 championship contender Todd Mays in the 9 machine. Now, here are my drivers to watch out for to see who will win tonight's event. These are my picks. So, here are my picks. First of all, definitely got to watch out for 5th place driver Devin Butchnow. He is always absolutely dominant on these intermediate tracks, although he has gotten to the lead tonight. He currently has the freshest tires out of the entire field. He might be a dangerous driver to watch out for at the end of the race. Also got to keep your eye out on 2nd place driver Brian Newdy. Always consistently good at these intermediate tracks. Great driver at saving tires, which has been important with these long green flag runs. Of course, you got to watch out for leader Cody Moore. That 52 machine has been on a rail all race long, and I don't think it's going to change anytime soon. Unless something very, very bad happens, Cody Moore is probably going to be the lead. Also, a little bit of a dark horse pick. Oh, never mind. He's out of here. See Joe Wright into the pits now, getting some tires, Sunoco fuel. One more time, we got to thank Dev's Sports Cards for sponsoring the SCSRA National Series. They sponsored this series all season long. I've definitely enjoyed talking about Dev's Sports Cards. Hopefully we've helped encourage some of you to go out and help support Devin and his sports cards business. Now, Dev Sports Cards was established in 2013 by SCSRA driver and Nealon Racing team owner Devin Butchnow. Dev Sports Cards specializes in all your sports cards and gaming cards needs. From football, baseball, and basketball cards to Pokemon, Dev Sports Cards sells it all. On their eBay store, you can find a wide variety of items from high-end sports cards to the weekly 99-cent starting bid 7-day auctions. Don't have time to sell your own cards? Reach out to Devin and ask about his consignment services. So get back to check them out, and Devin will get them listed, sold, and then you get paid. Dev Sports Cards can be found on eBay with 4,000 plus positive feedback, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Dev Sports Cards is a proud sponsor of the SCSRA Series and Intensity Broadcasting. So one more time, if you are interested in maybe getting some sports cards or Pokemon cards to have in your collection, Dev Sports Cards is definitely the way to go, and you'll be supporting somebody who supports our hobby of sim racing. So once again, check out Dev Sports Cards on eBay. We are coming to 40 laps to go here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. Cody Moore continues to dominate. The battle is on for second between Brian Newdy and Blake Hensley. We see Brian Newdy able to get away from Blake Hensley a little bit as we head through turns 3 and 4. Great corner exit speed, though, for that Premier Racing Setups number 31. Getting right up to that back bumper here on the front stretch. The door is open for Blake Hensley. We see he takes it to the outside Homestead is a 2-groove racetrack. We'll see if he can make it work up there. He is right there. The door is open as we head through 3 and 4. He walks through that door side by side. Blake Hensley with the nose as we head through turns 3 and 4. Continuing. There we go. He gets clear. Blake Hensley to the 2nd place spot. Brian Udy trying to do the crossover, and it actually works. He is able to get back below Blake Hensley for the 2nd place spot. Blake Hensley, though, able to start extending that gap between him and Udy. There we go. Blake Hensley to 2nd place. He will be setting his sights now on your 1st place driver, Cody Moore. Blake Hensley looking for his 1st win of the season. It is definitely possible it could be tonight. Blake Hensley, one of the drivers looking to play spoiler here tonight. See if he can bring it home. Bobby Mays into the pits. This will start kind of our green flag pit cycle once again. We should see Cody Moore come in for his final pit stop in the next 6 laps. Now we are going to talk about our stat leaders of the season here in the SCSRA Xfinity Series. We're going to highlight some of the drivers who were leaders in certain statistics, whether good or bad. So let's talk about it. First of all, I'm going to talk about most wins this season. That is Cody Moore. Cody Moore had 4 wins this season and looking to maybe have 5 if he wins in tonight's event. Most poles this season is also Cody Moore. He ended up finishing with 5 poles this season. Always good in qualifying. Most top 5s this season. That is Will Witt with 10. And he currently runs in 5th, looking to maybe add 1 more to finish off the season. Most top 10s this season. That is a 3-way tie between Will Witt, Todd Mays, and Ryan Nudie. All of them looking to have another top 10. I think we might see a 3-way tie in that statistic. Now, most laps completed, that is Todd Mays. Todd Mays has completed 1,326 laps this season, which is 4 more than 2nd place for laps completed Will Witt. We do see Brian Nudie coming into the pits now, getting some fresh tires, some Sunoco fuel. This will be the last pit stop for Nudie. Now, these are some of the bad statistics. Most incident points this season, Dave Wright. Somehow, Dave Wright was still able to make the playoffs, but throughout this entire season, he has pretty much hit everything except for the pace car. And most incidents per race, that was Dylan Redding. Dylan Redding only raced in 5 races this season, but when he did, he had an average of 18 incident points a race. We still love you, Dylan. And then, of course, most miles completed this season, that is Todd Mays. Todd Mays has completed 1,599 miles. So those are just some of the statistic leaders this season. I think we'll probably see Cody Moore come in the next 2 laps. There goes Bobby Mays, Brett Merle getting their laps back. Bobby Mays now down 1 lap. Brett Merle also now down only 1 lap. Cody Moore actually coming up on a gaggle of cars. We'll see how that goes for him. We see Will Witt trying to get up there to Todd Mays for this 4th place spot. This is the battle for 2nd place. And if something happens to Cody Moore up front, whoever's running in 2nd will inherit the lead for highest running final 3 drive. Kyle Mays into the pits now for that number 55 machine. I think Cody Moore probably comes in this time by. If not, I'll be surprised. He just came in about this time for his other stints. No, Cody Moore does not come in this time by. He continues to stay out here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. We do see Blake Hensley, though, come in this time by. This will be the final pit stop for the 31, getting some fresh tires, Sunoco fuel, looking to try to finish this race off with a top 3 finish. So Cody Moore actually staying out a lot longer than he did his other 2 stints. Question is, how long does he want to stay out before it's not worth it? Top 5 of Cody Moore, Devin Bucciano, Todd Mays, Will Witt, Brian Moore Jr. all still need to come in. Cody Moore coming up on a lap car. Eddie Morris. I'm going to put Eddie 2 laps down now. At this point in the race, let me know who your pick to win the championship is. I'm interested to see who all you all think is going to win. Right now, your final 3 are all in the top 5 at the moment, so anything can still happen. No one driver is out of contention. Cody Moore currently 14-second lead over 2nd place Devin Bucciano. There's Michael Provolt. There we go. Cody Moore coming in this time by. Final pit stop for that 52 machine. This will mean, unless he comes in this time by as well, Devin Bucciano will inherit the lead. Blake Hensley actually just ran the fastest lap time of the race with a 33.47. That 31 is flying right now. Blake Hensley definitely needs to take advantage of this speed and try to make some moves, because this is going to be the fastest that Xfinity car is going to be for the rest of this race. So might as well take advantage of when the car is perfect compared to when the car will be tight and pushing up the track as the tires wear. So with Devin Bucciano in the lead, this will mean that only 4 more drivers are left that need to pit. Devin Bucciano, Todd Mays, Will Witt, and Brian Merle Jr. I think Devin Bucciano still has about 14 more laps until he comes into the pit. definitely want to give a shout out to all of the teams that we had this season. First of all, YXU Racing. They won the championship. Their drivers for this season: Will Witt, Cody Moore, Colin Willems, Brian Nudie, and Nick Mather. Intensity Racing team finished second. Their drivers consisted of Eddie Morris, Josh Hall, Joe Wright, Dave Wright, Logan Hagerman. Third place was Mays Mafia Racing. Their drivers consisted of Todd Mays, Bobby Mays, Kyle Mays, Mark Shavers. Fourth place was Cyclone Racing in the team standings. Their drivers were Jeffrey Belk, Craig Schroeder, Sylvan Seguin, Stephen Black, Blake Hensley, Daniel Michel. Fifth place was Neon Racing. Their drivers were Devin Butchino, Brian Merle Jr., Derek Chaput, Brett Merle. Then in sixth place, it was Two Pedals, One Clutch. Their drivers were Michael Roble, Michael Lawrence, Brandon White, Zachary Cox. And lastly, DBC Sim Racing finished seventh in the team standings. Their drivers consisted of David Hartney, Eli Raposa, and Michael Rosenberger. So again, shout out to all the teams for participating in this season. I think we'll have some new teams, some current teams going defunct, some new teams popping up, and it should be another fun battle for the team standings. I do think YXU will be disbanding after the season, so we will see a new team standings champion next season. Question is, who will it be? Stay tuned. 20 laps to go for Devin Butchino. Looking to try to play spoiler here tonight. He is not one of the final three. Still has a good chance to win. Devin Butchino. He has one win this season. Looking to try to make it 2 here tonight. Still has about 9 laps before I think he'll probably come in and make his green flag pit stop. 3 drivers left to come in. Devin Butchino, Todd Mays, Brian Nudie. Todd Mays coming in this time by. This will be the final pit stop of the race for this 9 machine. Right now, Todd Mays is currently the highest running final 3 driver. That will not last. Cody Moore up to 4th place now. As long as he can hang on and stay consistent and just be smooth and clean, not get involved in anything, Cody Moore is looking to be the favorite to win the championship right now. Devin Butchino, 11-second lead over second place Brian Nudie, trying to hang on and maybe try to sneak out a win and maybe play spoiler here. I don't know if he will be able to accomplish that. Still got about 7 more laps until I believe Devin Butchino will come in based on his previous stints. It's crazy, only 5 drivers are on the lead lap right now. That is crazy. And we have not had a single caution throughout tonight's event. That is also absolutely mind-blowing. Here comes Cody Moore looking to try to get by Blake Hensley for this 3rd place spot right now. Cody running about a 10th faster than Hensley. Looking low as we head into turns 1 and 2. So Brian Merle Jr. into the pits. The door is open for Cody Moore. Takes a shot down low as we head into turns 3 and 4. Cody Moore continuing to try to look down low under Blake Hensley. Blake Hensley doing a great job running that defensive line and trying his best to hold off Cody Moore. Looking low as we head off of turn number 4. Cody Moore doing his best to just try to find a way to get under Hensley, looking to see what he's doing, where he's braking, where he's lifting, where he's getting back into the gas, and trying to use all of that stuff to his advantage. 2 drivers left to come in. Or actually, really 1 driver. And that is Devin Bushnell. I think he'll come in the next 3 laps. If so, that will mean that Brian Newty will inherit the lead. He currently has 21 lap old tires. But I don't know, Cody Moore starting to reel him in. Cody Moore has gotten by Blake Hensley now. There we go, big run for Cody Moore as we head into turns 3 and 4, getting right up to that back bumper of Brian Newty. Here he comes. The door is open, looking low as we head into 1 and 2. Side by side, Brian Newty still with the nose on the outside lane, but Cody Moore able to get a good enough run off of turn number 2, and Cody Moore is now to that 2nd place spot. 1 more car he needs to get by, and that is Devin Bushnell, who should be making his green flag pit stop in the next lap or 2. Yep, he is coming in right now, which will mean that Cody Moore will inherit the lead with 12 laps to go. If Cody Moore can hang on, if he can stay clean, if he doesn't make any mistakes, if he doesn't get involved in any wrecks, if he can hang on, he will be crowned the SCSRA National Series champion. Currently the driver in the best position besides Cody to win the championship, that is Will Witt, who currently runs in 5th, about to be 4th as he goes by Devin Bushnell. Something happens to Cody, Will Witt will be able to possibly swoop by and take that lead from him. Todd Mays definitely in the most amount of danger to potentially finish last out of the final 3. He's looking to try to find any sort of speed to get by Will Witt. Here comes Blake Hensley looking to the high side of Brian Newty, maybe trying to use Dave Wright as a pit. See Brian Newty coming in here on Dave Wright. Here comes Blake Hensley. Watch out for that 31 machine. Less than 10 laps to go here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. Blake Hensley, great run here on the backstretch. The door's open. He looks low under Brian Newty as we head into turns 3 and 4. He is able to get clear Blake Hensley to the 2nd place spot. He is now setting his sights on your 1st place driver, Cody Moore, looking to try to reel him in and try to play spoiler here tonight. Brian Newty looking to try to make the crossover move on Blake Hensley as we head into turns 1 and 2, but he falls off him a little bit. Right now, the field is all pretty spread out. 6 drivers on the lead lap. What a season for Cody Moore. dominating is definitely the word. He won 4 of the 14 races, which is absolutely an incredible statistic. I mean, that's 28.57% of the races. So shout out to Cody Moore for having a dominant season. He started on the pole 5 times, 9 top 5s, and all of those top 5s, he also finished in the top 10. Is always a very, very clean driver, averaged 4 incidents per race. I mean, wow. Just great, great season for Cody Moore. When you think of, like the best statistics possible for a championship season, that's kind of what Cody Moore had. Now, he did have a few rough races in the playoffs, and a couple of times he was kind of in danger of maybe being in trouble of getting eliminated, but he was able to hang on in the second round and was able to get into the final 3, and here he is with 5 laps to go, leading the championship race. Todd Mays coming up on Will Witt. This will be the battle for who will finish second in the championship standing. I mean, you don't want to finish last out of the final 3. Yes, you made the championship 3, but you don't want to be known as the last of the championship 3. So Todd Mays, looks like Todd Mays actually is in trouble. He's got Devin Buchanel looking low under him. Here comes Devin. He gets by Todd Mays and about to get by Will Witt for the 4th place spot. Now remember, Devin Buchanel, he has the freshest tires out of the entire field right now. Side by side with Will Witt. He has the nose. He gets clear. Devin Buchanel to 4th. He is setting his sights now on their 3rd place driver, Brian Moody, who's about a straightaway ahead of Devin. Three laps to go now for Cody Moore to try to get his first ever SCSRA championship. Can he do it? That is the question. These last 3 laps need to be mistake-free. Todd Mays coming up on Will Witt. Great run off of turn number 4, trying to get that 2nd place spot and finish runner-up. Todd Mays looking low as we head into 1 and 2. Great battle side by side. Back and forth. Right now, Will Witt has the nose on the backstretch. Todd Mays falls back in line behind that number 35 machine. Todd Mays trying to set up the pass here. Two laps to go for these two. Final lap for Cody Moore. 4 wins this season, 5 poles, 9 top 5s, 9 top 10s, and he is about to add a 5th win and a champion to his resume this season. The man from Cincinnati, Ohio has put in the work, and it is about to all pay off as he heads off of turn number 4. Cody Moore in the 52 Brandt machine will win here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. He is your Season 2 SCSRA Dev Sports Cars National Series champion. Side by side between Todd Mays and Will Witt for the 2nd place spot for these final 3 drivers. Great run off of turn number 4. Todd Mays is able to get clear, and as he crosses the line, Todd Mays will finish 2nd in the championship standings, and Will Witt will finish 3rd. What a season, what a final race. Cody Moore is about to burn it down, not only celebrating the win, but the championship. Sponsored by Brandt Agriculture Systems, Sparco Skyline Chili, SimLab, driving a Chevrolet Camaro. And the Polish victory lap for Cody Moore, popularized by the late Alan Kulwicki. A lot of emotions probably going through Cody's head right now. Cody Moore did it. He did something that YXU failed to do last season, even though they had a dominant season, and that is finish out the season with the championship. And what a backdrop, the palm trees and Caribbean color scheme of Homestead-Miami Speedway, the former home of the NASCAR championship race. We see Classic on YouTube says, yeah, 52. Someone get the milk. That's right, popularized by the Indianapolis 500. The winner gets a thing of milk. All I know is it is a party. There will probably be a party going on in Cincinnati, Ohio here tonight. I don't know. Are we going to... Let's see. Hopefully you can get the top 3 in the booth, maybe. There we go. We got third place Brian Nudie in the waiting room, so we are going to start off by pulling him in, the man from Santa Rosa, California. He was the SCSRA Fortuna Iron Truck Series champion, Brian Nudie. Brian, this is Atlee in the broadcast room. Do you have a copy? Brian, this is Atlee in the broadcast room. Do you have a copy?
Hello?
Brian, this is Atlee in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
I got you, buddy.
All right, sorry we're having a little bit of microphone issues, but here we go. This is, you ended up finishing third place here at Homestead-Miami Speedway here tonight. I know you really didn't have anything on the line as you were not competing for the championship, but still, you put up the fight, Kim, trying to play spoiler. I know you were one of the drivers that stayed out a lot, or you were one of the drivers that kind of short pit it early on and kind of came in before Cody Moore, and the strategy worked because at the beginning, after you came in, you were able to quickly get up front while the rest of the leaders came in, and you were able to stay in that top 3 at the end there. I thought you were maybe going to be able to keep the lead once Devin came in, but we saw Cody and Blake were able to get by you, and you ended up having to settle with the third place spot. But still, great race. What was your take on tonight's event?
Yeah, tonight's race was interesting. I had nothing for Cody or Blake. Both of them were just rockets on the long run. I had nothing for him. I don't even think I had anything for him on the short run either. I was just able to kind of short pit and kind of gain those spots. And really, the only reason I was able to probably get a top 3 was just that short pit strategy. Yeah, congratulations to Cody. Awesome win. Awesome on his championship. And yeah, that ties us for first overall with most wins in the SCSRA.
Now, I know the championship race for the Fortuna Iron Truck Series was also at Homestead, and you ended up winning that race and winning the championship. How do you think that helped you here tonight?
It did not help me at all. It actually probably hurt me. It probably hurt me and Bacino also, because I think Bacino kind of was doing running the same line as I was, and we were both running kind of the same thing that we'd run for the trucks. But the trucks, I mean, I don't know if they physically are lighter, but they definitely feel a lot lighter with just the braking and the wheel input and everything like that. and you can get back in the gas much quicker, and you can be a little more aggressive down in the bottom with these cars. When you try to run that same line, you just burn up the right front, and I wasn't able to just have that long run speed that I had. So, and it was just I didn't really realize it. I didn't get enough practice in, so I wasn't able to adjust my line, racing line, or anything like that. I just kind of stuck with what I knew, and it worked. I got third, but definitely wish would have practiced a little bit more. Maybe had something for at least Blink, maybe even Cody. But yeah, awesome job for both of them, and yeah.
Now, is there any sponsors or shout outs you want to thank before we let you go?
Oh, as always, I got to thank my beautiful wife for letting me do this. I got to thank Dev Sports Cards for sponsoring the series. I got to thank Fortuna Iron Truck Series for Fortuna Iron for sponsoring the Truck Series. Also got to give a shout out to well, Dev Sports Cards. They're sticking on again for another year. Unfortunately, we're going to lose Fortuna Iron for next season, but we're going to gain a new sponsor in Maze Construction. So that's awesome right there. Also, if you would like to join this league, please like or go to the Facebook page, send a message, talk a message at Lee, put it down here in the message, whatever. If you'd like to join, I'll get back to you. We're having some recruitment races on Tuesday. Try to get some new blood in here. And yeah, I got to thank you guys up in the booth. You guys do an awesome job. You on Wednesday nights. We got Josh on Tuesday nights. Next week we got the All-Star race. That's going to be awesome. And just all around, just again, proud of this league, proud of what it's turned into, hoping to keep further expanding it, making it bigger. Also, awesome job with YXU winning, sweeping both championships this season with the truck and the Xfinity. So that's awesome. And then also just all my teammates, Cody, Nick Mather, Will Witt, and of course our fearless leader Colin Willems. And I enjoyed my time at YXU, but moving on, Blink will actually be one of my teammates next year, so it's awesome to see him have a good run, and along with Eddie Morris and Stephen Black and Joe Wright.
Awesome looking. Congratulations on the podium finish here tonight, Brian. Have a great rest of your night.
Yep, thank you. You have a good one.
Yep, thank you. All right, we are now going to pull in your second place finisher from Monroe, Kentucky. It is Blake Hensley. Blake, this is Atlee in the broadcast room. Do you got a copy?
Oh,
Going pretty good up here in the booth, and looks like you were doing pretty good out there on track. First of all, you were the biggest mover of tonight's event. Started in 12th, but you had a great pit strategy. It looked like you came in. You were one of the drivers that stayed kind of later in the run, only coming in about 3 laps before Devin, who was one of the drivers that was staying out as long as possible on like the first run, and that kind of got you out front, and you were really, really fast. You even ran the fastest lap time of the race, and just, couldn't quite get up there to Cody, but still, you were one of the best out here tonight. I mean, what was your take on tonight's event?
I'm not as fast as these guys on the short run. I don't really have much short run speed. Best shot I had was to try to push it not too far in late in the run, because I was gaining a lot of ground on the guys later on in the run. Once tires had about 30-35 laps on them, I was able to pick up some pretty good ground. That last pit stop, I had to try something to get myself out in front of Cody and fight him for the win. I know he had the championship pretty much locked up at that point, but I don't get to make all the races, so when I do, I'm just chasing trophies. We had, there that last little bit, we had a little run in, and he kind of tried to jack me up in the corner a little bit, but it's all racing. I understand the guy's going for a championship. I'm chasing trophies, so it's just one of those agree to disagree, I guess, kind of deals.
Now, what do you think you maybe could have done differently to maybe change the result here tonight?
Start a little closer to the front. Like I said, if I had any better qualifying speed, that might have helped. But did the best I could in qualifying, and I knew I'd be able to gain ground during the race instead of put myself over at the front to start it with.
Gotcha. Well, before we let you go, is there any sponsors or shout outs?
Yeah, absolutely. Big thanks to Brian for running the league. I have a great time racing this group. Awesome group of guys. It's actually the last race for Cyclone Racing. The last time we'll be running as a team. excited for next season with Cheeseless Crackers, Brian and Eddie, Joe, some other guys. Big thanks to my girlfriend. I know she's home on the Facebook watching. I hope she was entertained with the run tonight. When I know I got an audience, I usually try to put myself up towards the front, and I was glad to be able to do so. Thanks to Premier Racing Setups for the sponsorship. Glad to be able to drive for them, run their setups, stuff, represent the brand. And thanks to you all for the broadcast. Y'all always do an awesome job.
I appreciate the kind words. We had fun broadcasting the SCSRA all season long. So, again, congratulations on the runner-up finisher tonight, Blake. Have a great rest of your night.
Thanks, Adley. See you next season.
Yep, see you next season. And now it is time. This is the moment you have been waiting for. Got his 5th win of the season, the Xfinity Series Season 2 champion, the man from Cincinnati, Ohio, Cody Moore. Let's go ahead and pull him in. Cody, this is Atlee in the broadcast room. Do you have a copy?
I got you, buddy.
Awesome. You are the series champion here in the SCSRA National Series, and what a season for you. That you got your 5th win of the season here tonight. You had 5 poles, 9 top 5s, 9 top 10s, an absolutely dominant season, and a great race tonight. Led pretty much majority of the laps except for during green flag pit stops. It really seemed you had this track figured out. I mean, first of all, what was your take on tonight's event and your win?
Yeah, like I said, I'm happy for the championship. The race tonight was, I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of boring. It was just, we were just running, and we had kind of a lower car count, even when we had 20. But it was just one of those races, Atlee, where it just clicked. Like, the tires were even on every stop. It just kind of clicked in practice today, and yeah, luckily I was able to pull it out here.
Yeah, I know exactly how you feel, where it just kind of clicks in your head. But what a great season. Absolutely dominant. Most wins this season, most poles. What do you think helped you get here? What kind of helped you get here?
For real, it's everyone else in the league. The competition has gotten light years better, even though the stats might not say it, but my wins weren't dominant or anything. This was probably my most dominant win other than road courses, but yeah, the competition level in the league, learning from my teammates, if somebody in the league learns something new or some trick, we're really good about sharing it with each other, and yeah, I think that's just what makes me better is everyone pushing all the time.
Awesome. Well, is there anybody you would like to thank, sponsor, shout-outs for your win and your championship?
You know it. I want to start off by thanking my beautiful wife, Maggie. She watched the whole race. I really appreciate that from her. My kids for letting me do this. Papa Moore watching the race. David and Nico and all the awesome people at Veritone that I work with. Grandma Hagerman. My teammates at YXU, Colin Willems, Brian Nudie, Will Witt, Nick Mather. They're a huge help. It was a little awkward tonight racing Will. We couldn't share strategy like we always do. Everyone at Team Transcendent, Blink Hensley for putting up with me tonight, Steven Black for getting me started in all this, also for the paints. Thank you again to Brian for running this league. He does an awesome job. Thank you to Max Qualley for not kicking me out of the league when they had the chance. Should have done it. Dustin Dean sucks. David Chaput for just being you. Got to thank Jeff Gordon. He's just the man. Thank you to the Maze Mafia for not showing up to my house. Sylvan, you're the man too. Way to go on the points. Brian Dees, Dalton Kilrow, all my endurance buddies. Intensity Broadcasting, Josh Atlee, you kill it every time. Really appreciate everything you do. Huge shout out to Eddie Morris for just being a good friend. Colin Willems again for not holding a grudge in the first race we raced together in Atlanta. And finally, everyone at the Logan and Cody Show Productions. I miss Logan. I hope he turns up. Oh, and quick shout out to my friends Josh Dillinger and Brian Fields. That's all I got.
Awesome. Well, again, congratulations on the win and the championship here tonight. Hopefully, we might see 2 for 2 or 2 for 3 next season.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Atlee. Nice job tonight.
Yep, thank you. As for you, have a great rest of your night. Awesome. Well, that will do it for tonight's event. One more time, give a round of applause for our winner, our season champion, Cody Moore. I want to thank everyone, or first of all, got to thank SCSRA for giving us the opportunity to broadcast this league. We had fun all season long. And, of course, got to thank Dev Sports Cards for sponsoring the season. They will be returning next season. Got to thank all of the league admins for all that they do. Brian Nudie, Eddie Morse, Michael Provolt, Sylvan Seguin. They do a lot of stuff behind the scenes that a lot of people don't notice, but it's very important for the league. And if you are interested in joining this league, it is a great series. They run on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. They have a truck series and an Xfinity series. Please, please, please feel free to let me or Brian Nudie know, and we can help get you set up. There will be recruitment races next Tuesday. So that will mean that you can maybe invite some friends to come and just try out and race against some of the league members, and hopefully we can get a good field of drivers for next season. I want to thank all the fans who tuned in all season long to watch these SCSRA drivers go at it. I appreciate all of you, and make sure to take this time to like, follow, and subscribe to Intensity Broadcasting on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, because it would be greatly appreciated. We're trying to reach our goals of 2,500 followers on Facebook, 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and 1,000 followers on Twitch. Check out our Twitter. We're always dropping polls, interacting viewers on there. We're always having discussions about NASCAR and iRacing and all that good stuff. So if you wanna have a conversation with all the Intensity Broadcasting team on Twitter and just talk about and argue about stuff, then just check out our Twitter, Intensity Broad 1. And also make sure to check out our merchandise store. There you can find all of our Intensity Broadcasting merch, all of the Atlee Weiss Racing merch, all of our auto racing novelty t-shirts, and all of our league collections. Especially make sure to check out the SCSRA collection and get some bubble-free stickers to put on your race car or your real-life vehicle. Maybe get a photo paper poster to put in your sim room or your man cave. And also, if you'll consider getting an SCSRA t-shirt to just wear all around wherever you go. They're very, very comfortable. And also, if you're a real-life racer and you want to get some merchandise made for your racing team, feel free to contact us. We can get everything from shirts to beanies made for your racing team, and you can give them out to all of your family, your friends, your fans, do giveaways. Who knows what else you can do. And, of course, it'll all be on our website, and you can just give the link, and people can order it online, and they can get it shipped right to your door. You don't even have to worry about delivering it to people's houses or mailing it on your own. So, again, Real Life Racer, contact us, and we can get you some merchandise made. Great season. Stay tuned. We should resume the SCSRA National Series racing in August, so just stay tuned for that. I'm Atlee Atman-Leeson on behalf of the entire Intensity Broadcasting team. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next season. Over and out.